I don't usually do this, but I think I'm going to skip Simple Vlog 46 because, well, I just mistimed some things and there's not actually enough footage there to finish it, so I'll hopefully revisit it. Mail time. Technically, I've got a little bit more than just this box, but this just arrived in the mail, so I thought I would quickly open it, as I have a sneaking suspicion as to what may be in here. Ah, it is! Here we go. I ordered the Hollyland Lark M2. Let's get this little box open. Now, please excuse the mess. I don't usually do unboxings, but since this is brand new and a little bit expensive, I thought it'd be a good time to actually unbox something on camera. That's right, I'm opening the Hollyland Lark M2 wireless lavalier microphones, and I've specifically gotten the kit that also comes with a piece to plug it into my Samsung phone. So that's the USB-C wireless receiver adapter. Opening up the box, we are greeted with this little pack filled with the instructions, stickers, and a "We Are Here For You" card to let you know that customer satisfaction is of utmost importance to the Hollyland team. Now, these stickers are here, available and ready to go on to your microphones that are in the box. This is just to help give it a little extra character and specificity to you. Then we've also got the packing list listing what will be included in this box. Putting that aside, we've got the main box here containing all of the important hardware. We've got the 2 microphones plus the 2-channel receiver with a TRS output. Each device has their special little covering on there to keep them new and fresh as well as dust free, and it also stops them from being overcharged while in storage. Now, as you can see, each of them have pins on the bottom allowing them to be charged while stored in this box. Moving on to the little black Hollyland bag, this is where we've got all of the cables and the wind socks. We've got the magnetic necklace, the USB-A to USB-C cable, the furry windshield designed to completely cover up the microphone transmitter, holding it quite snugly, along with the included TRS cable, as well as the USB-C microphone receiver to plug into your phone, which also allows USB-C power pass-through to keep your phone powered on throughout the whole claimed 40-hour runtime of each of the microphone transmitters. Of all the purchases I have made, I am hoping that this little kit here is going to be quite useful. I've noticed that in a lot of my videos, well, sometimes I'm not able to be as loud as I need to be to project my voice to the camera, and it makes it hard to hear what I'm saying. Not that I'm really saying anything important anyway, but this will allow me to take one of these very nice little microphones and simply just clip it to my t-shirt. And then you'll be able to hear me quite clearly, and I've got the USB-C receiver so that I can plug it into my phone, so that when I'm using my phone, like right now, I'm able to get clean and clear audio without having to shout, just so that you can hear me. I do like that it came with this little drawstring bag so that I can store this case as well as this loose wireless receiver in there, since there isn't actually any space in the case for the USB-C wireless receiver, unfortunately, but there also isn't any space in there for the 2 wind fluffies for the little microphones. Maybe they're called dead kittens or something like that. Maybe they'll be named after one of those fluffy little caterpillars. But I'm also able to chuck in my TRS cable that is tip, ring, and sleeve, in case you were wondering what those letters stood for. The USB-C cable. Now this is quite thick, even though it's only for charging, but maybe they've just got one standard USB-C cable for all of their USB-C devices. So this is probably a USB-C data cable, allowing you to transfer information, but from what I've read, these do not have internal storage for recording like those DJI mics, They cost a little bit more and are a little bit larger, and since I don't usually have a reason to need to retrieve the recorded footage from a lav mic, I decided to go with these that don't have internal recording, specifically because these are nice and small and won't really get in the way of anything at all. Now, in the very, it's not going to happen event that I don't have a shirt on, but am on camera and need a microphone, well, there's these necklace options where I can put a little necklace around my neck and it's got a little magnet in here so that the little microphone can stick onto it. Now there's also these little stickers here so that I can customize each mic, which will also help me in editing to know which person has which mic so that I can assign the correct channel to them. That's a pretty unlikely event, but having two mics is useful so that once one runs out after its supposed, I think, 4 hours of runtime, let's just say the second mic will probably still be used by me, and that'll be because the first microphone has gone flat because I'm just simply talking too much. On that note, that's been this little unboxing. Let's go quickly check it out and see how it sounds. Before I tried to record this, but for some reason when I plugged in the receiver into my phone, it didn't connect for some reason. I'm going to assume that that's because the USB-C port on my phone is not the most reliable. Now, this should be coming through quite clearly, though when I do look on the Blackmagic camera app that I'm using to record this, I see that it looks like the signal is peaking. So I'm hoping that this sounds just fine. I haven't heard the quality of it yet, but I do see on the screen that it is working, and it is coming from this little microphone on my shirt here. Now, while I just quietly adjust my pants here, yes, the signal is coming in very hot. And later I found that it was just down to user error, or more precisely, down to an odd choice in settings in the Blackmagic app, where when it's connected to a new device like that, it automatically sets the device's volume or gain to 100%. With the volume put down to 24%, it becomes much more manageable, and it even gives you a little bit of headroom and shows that the dynamic range of these mics is much higher than previously anticipated. Now, whilst there are two microphones and the system is capable of putting a single microphone on each channel, currently by default it seems that I'm getting a mono mix from the two microphones, which is why I've only got one out here for this part of the testing. I would assume that the main receiver with the TRS connection is what is able to output the two microphones individually on each left and right channel, and that this phone connection is just a simple mixdown, a mono track of the two mics. And, well, forgive me for stating the obvious, but that's true. Using the little top piece with the TRS connection, I can get a single channel here, channel 1, and with the other microphone, I can pull it in on channel 2, allowing me to have individually recorded channels. Though there is a menu button on the receiver, when pressed the correct number of times, it will change it into a mono mode, giving you the same mixdown between the two different microphones that you get on the USB-C cell phone connection. Now, one thing to notice is you'll see this has a green light on it. Now, that is to indicate that there is some noise cancellation going on internally in this little microphone. Pushing the button on the side there does take away that little bit of noise cancellation. It is a small amount of noise cancellation, but it is definitely a noticeable amount, especially if one of the microphones has the noise cancellation on and the other doesn't, as you may have heard in a previous clip. Now, that wasn't intentional, I just hadn't noticed it at the time until I started editing it. Now, another thing I forgot to mention in the video is showing off the lights on this receiver. You can turn down the volume and it will go down between these three lights. turn it back up, and of course it takes up all 3 lights. But another thing of note is press that, and it's gone to the single channel mode with the lights turning blue, which seems to be a common theme with this little device. Blue is one setting, green is another. So for the receiver, blue is of course the single channel left and right, while green is the mono channel output. And that's been my little unboxing and overview of the Hollyland Lark M2, the wireless lavalier microphone mini combo that I opened up just moments ago. See, what's any good?